welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's been a little while since I've put a video out there. This one is not going to be very long, so I figured I'd get it cranked out. For this one, we're down in Indiana at one of the IXCR events. This is the John Vincent down in southern Indiana. In typical fashion, at these IXCR late year events, expect mud, and the John Vincent this year did not disappoint. It rained lightly, I think most of the night, and then it stopped raining early morning, and then started up again. So as you can see here at the start, it's raining. 40 plus C-class, got about 20 guys in the class. So you see here, I do not get the best start off the line. However, I make up for it quickly. So I got myself a new set of cheater mud tires, and I had no idea what to expect from these tires. And so I was, sort of feeling them out here early in the race, and man, they were incredible. Just point and shoot. So I end up here in second place after a few turns. The guy who got out in first, he had an incredible start. I'm not certain who that was, but he must have had a set of these cheater tires too. And to be honest with you, I could have maintained a lot more speed through here had I known at the time how good these tires were going to end up being. But so now I know. Rest assured, I'll be bringing these tires every time I go to Indiana. So the first section here, some of the open field stuff. This, if you haven't run down here in Indiana, it's all clay, and what happens is you get this couple-inch layer of chocolate pudding on top of a hard base layer of clay, and you can see that hard layer through where people have lost traction there. You'll continue to see that through the video. Anywhere guys are getting tire spin, they just dig down to this hard layer of clay, and man, you get on that stuff, and it's like snot on ice. If for this race, for a lot of these IXCR races that end up being muddy, it really helps to have a little bit of mud racing experience, and boy, you better have the right equipment, because you can end up having a pretty miserable day without it. I've had that miserable day in the past, and so guys that I've gone with have I think had it worse than me. But yeah, this is definitely one of the races. If you didn't have brand new tires, and even better, some brand new mud tires, man, you were in for a rough time. Even if the edges of your tires are just a little bit rounded. I mean, you can see all these lines in the course, where guys were having a hard time getting traction. And you see me, I'm just tractoring through this stuff. I mean, it was incredible. I could go pretty much anywhere I wanted to. A lot of attrition at a race like this. You'll see even early here, guys pulled off to the side already that got held up somewhere, climbing even just a small hill. This hill here it's not a big hill at all, but it's slimy. You can see these ruts that have already developed in it. Here comes the mud on the camera, which ultimately is what makes this video pretty short here. In another, I don't know, minute or so, I get another I had reached up and cleaned the camera off a few times throughout the race, but apparently did not do a very good job, as the majority of my video you're just staring at a glob of mud. So that's how this one ended up being so short. The laps, it was taken, um, depending on the class, it was anywhere from 35 to 45-minute laps. A ton of DNFs in this morning session. The rain did stop during this race. The rain let up, and the course was starting to dry out and get a lot tackier and get some grip to it. So the guys in the afternoon had a much easier time. They weren't dealing with as much slimy stuff as we were. Unfortunately, they had to shut down the Pro Hill. They rerouted around the Pro Hill section of this course because there was just that I don't know if anyone would have been able to make it up that in these conditions. So they took that out, and they ended up rerouting several areas of the course throughout the race, which they're always pretty good about down here. Just can't say enough about these IXCR events. Just a top-notch racing event. It's a whole weekend deal for these guys. They do the quads on Saturday, the bikes on Sunday. If you're anywhere in the Midwest, check them out. I was able to pull off a fourth with this one. I was pretty satisfied with that, given the conditions. Here's some pictures. So here's what things look like before the race, and it did not take long out there. Oh yeah, here we go. I broke out my new some of my new apparel here with the for the Pineapple Disco Club, and that's what it looked like at the end. And I actually fared pretty well. I didn't fall down much, so the bike stayed fairly clean in comparison to the other guys. And this is what you look like after. It didn't take long, and the roll-offs were of little use. Never can seem to get those roll-offs to last for very long. I'm not sure why I even bother trying anymore. I should just stick with the tear-offs. But here's Jesse coming in. Needed a hug. Felt like giving out some love. There's the three of us, and Brock there in the middle. he was pretty dead. There's Brock's bike. He fell over a few more times than me. There's Jesse. I'm guessing from the looks of it, he fell over a few more times than me too. There's the three of us afterwards, slightly less dirty. We didn't end up with many pictures from this event from Stacy Monday, who always does an awesome job getting the pictures. I have to imagine she was just having a hard time getting around to different locations. They had a pretty sweet barn jump at this one that I was all set for. I was gonna break out the no footer coming out of that barn. I had the plan in my head after seeing pictures of it from the day before, and it's like this is it. This is gonna be my breakout video for a sweet picture of me jumping out of that barn. Well, and then this rain and mud kind of ended that. I took the bypass around the barn every time because the floor in there was just like an ice rink, and there's some pictures of some guys that ended up wiping out in the barn, but managed to slide their way out the end of it. Actually, one of the guys that was with our group, Tom, there's some great pictures of him coming out of there. So yeah, that's about it for this one. Short and sweet. I've got, I don't know, gosh, I'm a couple months behind. I've probably got a few races on my hard drive that I haven't really done much work with yet. I'll see what I can do about getting to those. Seasons winding down here. I think there's only one more possible District 14 event that I might get out to this weekend, one of the hare scrambles. And then there is a sprint enduro, a D14 sprint enduro, that I'm undecided on whether or not I'm going to make it to that one. There's a couple more IXCR events this year that I'm definitely going to try and make it down to. So if you're in the neighborhood, stop on down to one of those and check them out. If you haven't done an IXCR before, I promise you'll have a blast. They definitely know how to put on a good race down there. They run the quads and the side by sides on Saturday and do all their bike stuff on Sunday, and it's a great time. So with that, we will end this one. Thanks for watching the video. Apologies again for it being so short. I'll try and do a better job of keeping that camera clean. So thanks everybody. Take it easy, and we'll see you at the races.